to perform this. So now I had to brake, as you saw, because then this is a very big turn here and the car didn't know how to do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing to you a very difficult test for the XPeng. So I did choose a ride in the city with complex roads, no markings, no lanes marked on the road. And I did test Copilot from the initial ride to the end, and you will see the amount of mistakes that Copilot made. Some of them because it is still an early stage for this type of drive and for these systems, and others because we cannot ask the system to perform better when you don't have conditions for the car to read the information in the roads. So I will show you and then I will make my comments at the end, but you will see a lot of things going wrong in this video.
So activated now. I am in co-drive, as you can see. So it will show here every time that I am in charge of the car. Currently I am. And as soon as I just release the wheel drive, then the car will resume auto driving. Okay, disengaging again because of the pedestrians here.
At the roundabout,
and it is engaged again. So I will leave on these first.
In 200 meters at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Avenida Eugenio.
So as you can see here, as there is no streets, road signs, nothing, the car is having trouble to understand what to do in this situation. So it is engaging and disengaging. So this is one of the other problems that co-piloting and self-driving have, because if there is no road marks, as you can see, there is nothing here, the car doesn't know what needs to be done, okay? So let me try again. So I have activated again, but as you can see, the car is having some trouble to identify the roads, and that's why he is engaging and disengaging all the time. So this is a problem, but I don't know how to solve it, because of course then the car can imagine whatever he wants and go by that, or we need to have good road signs and the roads being correctly marked on the street. And I will show you, and this way you will see the problems of having this system depending on the situations that you found in the street. So I will turn here now.
In 600 meters at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Avenida Santos y Castro.
So as you can see, the car is having some trouble finding the road, so the lanes in this road, because in fact it's very difficult to see them, even myself. Imagine a car.
At the roundabout in 400 meters, use the middle lane to turn right. Second exit onto Avenida Santos y Castro.
So I just adjusted a little bit the speed to 50 kilometers per hour. But as you can see, the car is having difficulties to identify the roads
At the roundabout, take
here.
the second exit. In 100 meters, keep right. Take Avenida Marichal Primero Lopez toward Aeroporto. Keep right.
So now we will go here.
In 200 meters, take Avenida Marichal Primero Lopez.
So I pressed the brake pedal because I didn't felt safe executing this maneuver, this big turn here. The car was braking, but I felt it better to brake myself, and I disengage now the system, but I will engage it now again when I enter here.
In 1.4 kilometers, take exit 3 toward Marvila.
So I have engaged already again. Let me put for 50 kilometers per hour. So I set up the speed for 50, even though that this is at 80, but there is a lot of traffic, so there is no need to have it on 80, because then I will have to adjust it also. It's only on this segment that we have 80 here. So I'm not doing anything now, so the car is handling it by himself. So as on normal LCC and ACC, the car does ask us to put our hands on the wheel from time to time. That's why it shows there the warning.
In 400 meters, use the second lane from the right to take the exit 3 toward Marvila.
So I have increased the speed to 60 now, and I am here. Let me put this to 70. So I'm increasing with the wheel here the speed of the car, and currently it's on 70.
Then keep left.
And now I will need to reduce the speed, because now we will be in a slower
Left to take Avenida
zone.
Marichal Gomez de Costa.
So I am helping again, co-piloting. It's this. So I will reduce now, because this is now a 40 kilometers per hour. I was at 70, so now I am on 60. And I will leave the car doing this. Let's increase a little bit, just so that we are not a pain in the ass for the other drivers. Because even though that this is a 40 or 50, you know how driving the city is. So I could make a video with the speed always inside the speed limits, and the car will perform great. But I want to show you how it is to drive normally inside the city, and you guys know how this is.
First exit onto Avenida do Santo Condestable. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
So the car is braking by itself, okay, because of the car in front of us. I will mark here a sign. So again, I believe that when we get more information from the cameras in terms of the lanes, the intersections, crosswalks, etc., then the system would be able to perform differently, slowing down when we are reaching crosswalks and stuff like that. But currently this is not possible, so the system does not recognize that. So we do have to be much careful with that, because as you could see, so the car doesn't see those intersections, these lanes crossing, roundabouts, crosswalks and stuff like that. So it is not identifying all of those, and because of that it's more difficult for the car to understand what to do when self-driving in the city. So we need to wait for a better version of the Copilot be deployed in our cars, and that will only be possible when the cameras can get all that information from the street. And this is the main doubt that most people have, that is, are we going to be able to do that with the processing power that we currently have, or we will have these limited by the hardware? This is something that we need to understand. As soon as XPeng starts deploying more features, we will see then, I think we will feel when it is reaching the limits of the hardware. So still copiloting, I have the car set up for 65 kilometers per hour, even though that this is a 50, but I will even reduce a little bit because we are not even driving at 60. So because we will have now turnaround, a roundabout here, and the car will then perform it.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
So we are in the roundabout. So you see that the car brakes a bit, but as we are co-driving, we can use the accelerator and help the car to perform this. So now I had to brake, as you saw, because then this is a very big turn here and the car didn't know how to do it. This is again a problem of the system currently, and it's somehow dangerous if you are just relying on the system without taking in consideration the roads where you are. So I have engaged again. Once again, the car doesn't see any lanes in the street, and probably you are not seeing it also. So we have just one here. But this is very strange because we don't know if this is a lane also or if this is parking. I do believe that this is a lane, but it's used as park. So this is very strange. There is going to be, again, another turn up there that it's going to be difficult for the car to do in this mode. As I have now a car in front of me, then it's probably easier for the car to do this. But as you can see, it's tough for the car to execute this type of maneuvers because we don't have lanes marked. We don't have anything, so it's very complex. Driving in a city where cameras can have any indication, it's going to be very difficult to have this working.
Follow the road to the left.
And then we have this person here in front of us that I think is lost, completely lost. Because he's driving in a very strange way. So the turn that I am talking about is this one. So let's see how the car handles, because as soon as the car thinks that he can go in front, then he goes. He starts accelerating because I have it at 50. And sometimes then this is dangerous because the car, see here, I have already to brake because the car thinks that he can go because it doesn't understand that I am going to turn to the left in this case, even though that I am marking my intention of turning the car.
So guys, as you could see, there were a lot of mistakes on this ride using the Copilot in the city. I know that this was a very difficult test, and probably Copilot is not meant to be used in these type of conditions. But I did try it so that you could see the limitations of the system, so that you understand where and when can you use it. So I will of course make some other videos showing Copilot performing well in some different areas, but this video was in fact to show you the limitations of the system. So let's start from the beginning. First, we need to understand that Copilot and the cameras, the XPilot system that we have in our cars, do not recognize a lot of situations in the roads. So it is not recognizing road signs. It doesn't recognize when you need to turn, even if you have navigation on. So it doesn't know if you are going to turn left or right. So for the car, you are going in front. It doesn't recognize traffic lights, traffic signs, and crosswalks, roundabouts, intersections, and all of that stuff. So the car doesn't it cannot slow down in those type of situations. So the only place where the car will slow down is when you have another car in front of you. So you need to take this in consideration when you do use Copilot, because using it in a city drive, as I show you today, it is very complex, because as soon as you don't have cars in front of you, but you have pedestrians, for instance, you need to disengage the system. If you are running the Copilot in streets that do not have any lanes marked, so if there is nothing marked on the street, the car doesn't know if this is just one lane, two lanes, whatever it is going on. So it is very difficult for the car to use LCC, that is lane centric control. If there are no lanes, it cannot control that centering topic. So it will disengage LCC and will keep only ACC on, so keeping the speed of the car, and the system expects you to keep the car in the correct lane because it doesn't know where the lane is. So those two topics are already enough for you to take careful when you engage Copilot in a city like this. So trying to drive in a very complex city environment with a lot of traffic, different intersections, different ways to go, etc. The second topic that it's somehow dangerous, as you saw in the beginning of the video and also in two turns, is that if you are running with the car with the speed defined to 50 kilometers per hour, for instance, and the car in front of you just goes out of the way, then immediately what the car thinks that he needs to do is accelerate. But you need to turn left or right, and then the car is at the middle of accelerating and then starts turning. You start turning because you are co-piloting. So it is a very strange behavior, because the car will help you brake because he will identify that you are entering in a turn, and it will start braking, but is somehow late already because you are already in the turn. As you saw in the beginning of the video, it is not easy to see in the video, because if I didn't say anything, probably you will not even notice that the car did accelerate when he should be slowing down in this case. But I am trying to be very honest and frank and open with you guys. The car did not perform well on those two turns. So it did accelerate and I had to intervene, I had to brake and execute the maneuver. Also, there was another turn when you have two big buses in a turn when I had one car in front of me. It was very difficult for the car to perform there because there was a turn, no lanes. So the car didn't know where to go because there is nothing in the road marked. There were two big buses in the middle of a curve. So it was very complex. So the car was slowing down. I was trying to accelerate, so trying to tell the car that you can go, but it was a little bit like a fight. So it's not comfortable to drive like that. And that's it, guys. So the idea of this video was, in fact, to show you the limitations of the system in a very complex environment. Guys, you need to understand it. This was, in fact, a very complex environment. I could do videos just showing you how beautiful the world is, but I prefer to show you the reality. And the system currently in this state, it's not meant to be used in this type of environments. At least this is my opinion. So I do believe that if you are driving in a urban area below 80, 90 kilometers per hour, but you just want to relax and leave the car going, you saw there were some segments where the car did perform very well. On those type of segments where you don't need to turn, where you don't need to let the system know when you are going to make turns, then the Copilot will help you perform those rides. As also ACC and LCC, so the assisted self-drive in the highway, it's also going to work. But in complex situations, I do believe that it's not still on the point to use it. And that's it, guys. So this was the video that I wanted to show to you. It's not a very positive video, but I do believe that as soon as we get more of the system, so more details from the cameras, and the system can process more information, I do believe that it will be much better. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, so that we can then compare with future releases of the software. And that's it, guys. So thank you very much again. Leave in the comments what you think about what you saw. And of course, if you like the content, leave your like, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed, and share it also. And again, if you like the content that I do, also think on support the channel. There are many ways you can do that. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.